Okay, everybody, welcome back to the #1 TV show in the history of the universe. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon and The Blackest Heart. Both of these books published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. Today I am going to be reviewing A Talent for War. I don't know if I can get that in focus. A Talent for War by Jack McDevitt. This is book 1 in his Alex Benedict mystery series set in outer space. So, I think there's 10 books in the series now. This is book 1, came out in 1989, and I think the latest one just came out a year or two ago. So this has been a long-running series, even though there's only 10 books in it. I know he's got another series of about 10 books, the Priscilla Barnes mystery series set in outer space. I don't know anything about that one, but I've read this one. We're going to review it, and we're going to see if it was good enough that will spur me on to buy the rest of the series. I have read a handful of these books sporadically, so I kind of know what I'm getting in for with book number 1. It's not like this is my first exposure to Jack McDevitt and this series. Over the course of between 1989 and now, I have sporadically read a couple of these books in the series, but I'm going to try. I think I'm going to read them in order. I think I probably will get these because I really like this. It was a surprisingly very well done little mystery series set in outer space, and I love space opera. I love mystery. This is going to be right up my alley, and it really was. So it's kind of like putting the Da Vinci Code in outer space with outer space relics, starships, mysteries to be solved. Robert Langdon. I mean, that's, the main guy in the Da Vinci Code, Robert Langdon, is similar in sort of a lot of ways to Alex Benedict, the guy that solves these mysteries in outer space. So it starts with, well, let's talk about the cover first, because the cover is a little bizarre. This cover is done by Darrell K. Sweet, who you will probably recognize as the guy that originally did all of the Robert Jordan Wheel of Time books, all of which I've got here. But this is a science fiction cover he did. I actually think it's very colorful. I really do. I love the starship. This starship that's flying through the bottom part of the illustration is seriously one of the coolest looking starships I've ever seen. I don't know if you can see it very well here on the TV show. I'll go in close and see if it stays in focus. Anyway, this is a badass starship. I don't know what the guy has on his head. It's not mentioned in the book. It's on the cover, though. But it's colorful. I like it. Now, this is book number 1 is the only one that has a Darrell K. Sweet cover. The other 9 books in the series have a John Harris cover. I think that's the artist that did the cover. But John Harris, I got some examples of his work somewhere here. Let me just, yeah, John Harris did the covers kind of like that. And, did a lot of the newer Orson Scott Card Ender's Game. Ender's Game? Nah, yeah. The Formic Wars. He did all the Formic Wars covers. Anyway, enough about the cover. Let's talk about the book. Starts with a hidden body in a remote abbey on a very cold planet. And then there's a disappearance of a starship carrying 2,600 some odd passengers. This book is narrated by Alex Benedict. I do think, if I recall correctly, the other books that I read in the series were actually narrated by Alex Benedict's sidekick or helper. If I can't be, don't hold me to that. I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, this one's narrated by Alex Benedict, first person. One of the cool things right at the beginning is we get sort of the world building of this universe that Jack McDevitt has created. And one of the things I wanted to say, Stephen King says, "No one writing today is better than McDevitt at combining galaxy-spanning adventures with genuine novel ideas. He is the logical heir to Isaac Asimov and Arthur C. Clarke. And I really kind of would agree with that. This is high science fiction. This is very idea-driven science fiction, even though it's a murder mystery and we're trying to solve where this missing starship went and who killed these other people. It's very idea-oriented. One of the cool things was the hyperspace. When they travel in hyperspace, nobody wants to do it. It's a risky business. Nobody in this universe wants to do it because it's not an exact science. I mean, they just get in the starship and they hope for the best. They hope that the coordinates are right and that they don't re-enter light speed in some sort of physical object like the center of a planet or the center of a sun or if the center of another starship. I mean, so that's a lot of times when starships go missing, which they do in this universe quite a bit, they just assume that when the starship came out of hyperspace, they miscalculated and they dropped themselves into the center of a star or a planet or something. And everybody's dead. That's the mystery. One of the mysteries they're trying to solve. So anyway, they're investigating these starship disappearances. Alex Benedict, he investigates accidents that happen on starships, secrets that go on, and murders that happen on starships, the malfunctioning of starships, the miscalculation of light speed. He investigates all this stuff, along with investigating and finding different relics that are on different planets and missing persons. He's just kind of a do-it-all guy. The back of the book says, it's a great looking story. The back of the book says, everyone knew the legend of Christopher Sim, fighter, leader, an interstellar hero with a rare talent for war. By the way, a talent for war, one of my favorite titles on any book ever. It's just a great title. Okay, Sim changed mankind's history forever when he forged a ragtag group of misfits into the weapon that broke the back of the alien Ashirer. Yeah, we're dealing with aliens too. We're dealing with other planets. We're dealing with a galaxy-spanning thing here. The world building is magnificent. But now, Alex Benedict has found a startling bit of information, long buried in an ancient computer file. If it is true, then Christopher Sim was a fraud. So the hero they've all been worshipping for defeating the alien, Ashirer, I don't know how to spell it. Anyway, he might have been all bullshit. For his own sake, for the sake of history, Alex Benedict must follow the dark track of a legend into the very heart of the alien galaxy, where he will confront a truth far stranger than any fiction imaginable. And like I said, it starts with the murder in the Abbey, a missing starship full of 2,600 people, and then it snowballs from there as he gets deeper and deeper into the history of the universe and the galaxy and what they once thought were heroes. It's just absolutely great. I was pleasantly surprised at how much I like this, everything about it, and I am 99.9% certain I will be buying the rest of the series, and we will be reviewing each of the books on the channel eventually. I give this a solid 9.5 out of 10. I would probably get it a total 10 out of 10. I just don't know what this guy has got on his head.